This is Brittany Blackwell, host of the Resilient Teacher Podcast, a proud member of the Education Podcast Network, along with this podcast. Each show on the network is independently owned, and the views expressed may not represent those of other podcasts. For the best education podcasts, visit edupodcastnetwork.com.
Hello, empowered principals. Welcome to episode 369.
Welcome to the Empowered Principal Podcast, a not-so-typical educational resource that will teach you how to gain control of your career and get emotionally fit to lead your school and your life with joy by refining your most powerful tool, your mind. Here's your host, certified life coach, Angela Kelly Robeck.
Well, hello, my empowered principals. How are you doing today? Happy January of 2025. Here we are already in week 3 of the new calendar year. How is it feeling? I read somewhere online that people drop their New Year's resolutions around the 18th or 19th day of the month. And we're right around that time of year. So if the magic of New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and the magic of the new year has worn off for you, it's understandable. And if you want the magic to continue all throughout 2025, come on in to the Empowered Principal Collaborative, where magic is happening every single week, where we drop all of the heaviness and we let go of what's causing us so much pain, and we lighten up and we have some fun and we brainstorm solutions and we feel empowered week after week after week. I cannot tell you the magic of coaching. It has changed so many things in my life, so many relationships in my life, including with myself, so much more potential that I have tapped into who I am and my relationship with myself, my relationship with other people, my ability to put myself out into the world and to not let fear be in the driver's seat every single day, or resentment to be in the driver's seat, or the fear of pain, the fear of failure, the fear of embarrassment. That was a big one for me. I never wanted to feel embarrassed. And now here I am, 369 episodes later, putting myself out there, getting, all the love, but also teased, ridiculed, embarrassed, ashamed, people hating on me, people making fun of my podcast, telling me to F off. I literally got a response that said F off with all of the letters in the word. And I can handle it. It's such a beautiful, magical experience. I've really let go of many things from my past, particularly How do you say that word? It sounded like I put in 10 extra syllables, but particularly the last couple of years of my personal life. There was something so magical about New Year's Eve and New Year's Day for me, where I genuinely released old pain, old decisions, past guilt, past mistakes, past decisions that didn't seemingly serve me. And I just decided to embrace the future. I'm future focused. I'm looking at what I can do and what could be and possibility, and expanding my potential as a coach, as a person, as a family member, as a friend. I just want to live. I want to feel good. I want to be alive and experience all that life has to offer. The highs, the lows, and everything in between. I want to expand my capacity and live the biggest year of my life. And I believe that anytime I go through a major transformation, my clients get exponentially more powerful coaching from me. And in EPC, that is what's happening. It's unfolding before my eyes. The content that I am creating and offering, the coaching that I'm providing, it's so laser focused now because I do everything that I invite my clients to do. I don't make something up and say, go do it, but I don't do it. I work through it first. So I know the challenges of creating a 3-month plan because I've had to overcome those obstacles myself. I've had to notice the weeks that I did plan versus the weeks that I didn't, and the times I did create a 3-month plan and the times I just kind of flew by the seat of my britches, right? I notice what stops me or prevents me from creating a 3-month plan. What prevents me from being future focused? When do I spin out in negativity or in past, perseverating on the past and replaying the past in my mind and beating myself up for decisions that negatively impacted me, but I had no idea back then? Coaching is magic. I wish I could gift it in a box and send it to each and every one of you. It's so beautiful. And today's topic, I hope, is a New Year's gift to you. Although we're 3 weeks into the year, there's several weeks left. And I want to offer you the gift of no more Sunday Scaries. Are you ready? If you've got a case of the Sunday Scaries, I believe that I can provide you with the antidote. So I want to start with just breaking down what Sunday Scaries are. Sunday Scaries, or I used to call them the Sunday Blues, because I just felt this lowering of energy, this kind of lackluster, bluey feeling where it was like, oh, bummer, I have to go back to work tomorrow. I have to deal with all the stuff tomorrow. And then one of my clients said, oh, I've got a really bad case of the Sunday Scaries. I said, I love that term. So here we are. We're going to eliminate the Sunday Scaries and say goodbye to them. So let's talk about what they are, because we're going to shed light on them. Because just like the monster under the bed, when we turn the flashlight on under the bed, typically the scaries aren't as scary as we think. So what are they? What are the Sunday Scaries? When you break them down, it's really an anticipation of an emotion. You're anticipating pain. You're anticipating failure. You're anticipating effort. You're anticipating time, investing effort, investing concentration, investing problem solving. You're having to invest energy, like physical energy, mental energy, emotional energy. And you're anticipating the failure of trying to solve a problem, or the failure of a communication or a conversation, or the failure of not getting your test scores where you want them, or turning a teacher around. We spend so much time anticipating failure, anticipating pain. And that's what the Sunday Scaries are. It's a shift in thinking. So when you think about Friday and you think about Saturday, what your thoughts are focused on, you're looking forward to the weekend. You're thinking about going out or being with your friends or your family or resting or catching up on sleep, doing your errands, getting your hair done, whatever, going on a weekend trip, or just cuddling in and snuggling in for the weekend. But you're thinking about the anticipation of positive experiences, happy feelings, rest, play, connection, engagement, leisure, pleasure, relaxation. You're looking forward and you're anticipating positive experiences, positive emotions. And then we get to Sunday and we shift and we start to anticipate and focus on negative experiences, negative emotions, the anticipation of them. So the Sunday Scaries are really just an anticipation of future negative experiences, negative emotions, just negativity all around, or some kind of lack or scarcity, right? I'm not going to have enough time. I'm not going to have enough energy. I don't have enough solutions. I, as a human, am not a good enough leader. I'm not doing enough, or I'm not being disciplined enough. All the enoughs, right? All the little tasks, should things that we think we should be doing or we should be better. So we're shitting ourselves. We're anticipating pain. We're anticipating failure. And we're also anticipating our capacity to handle what's coming our way, our capacity to handle the upset parent or the gossiping teachers or the 2 paraprofessionals that aren't getting along, or having to find subs for the week, or writing up your observations and getting those up to date, or having a tough conversation with somebody who's not meeting standard, or dealing with a kid's behavior or that contentious IEP. You're thinking about your ability to handle or not handle anything that comes your way. And so there is doubt that sets in. So it starts off kind of like oh, there's all these things I have to do, or, oh, these are the things I'm not looking forward to handling this week. And then it gets into like the feelings that come with not being competent enough to handle whatever comes your way. And then there's doubt. And then you're just dreading what could happen. And then our brain kind of goes down this spiral into the worst case scenarios. What could go wrong at this meeting or that meeting, or what could go wrong with test scores, or this teacher or the student or the parents. Then we're just in this vortex, this spiral of anticipating pain, negativity, failure, and our identity, our self-concept as a leader, as a school principal or as a site or district leader, wherever you are on the bus, whether you're a teacher, paraprofessional, office staff, nurse, custodian, counselor, bus driver, maintenance, technology, superintendent, everybody is a human on the bus of education, and we all feel the same. So we all anticipate the what if it doesn't work, the failure, the doubt, the worst case scenarios, okay? And I want to talk about why that happens. It's like, okay, I can see where my brain's going down this spiral of negativity, or this spiral of anticipation of pain, or what's going to go wrong, and it's really spinning out, getting itself really worked up in a tizzy, right? And why do we do this? We can intellectually see it, but why do we do it? Well, our brain, its number one job is to keep us safe. It's wired to keep you safe. It's protecting you. It's like, okay, let me anticipate all the perceived danger, all the possible dangers, whether it's actually going to happen or not. I want to think about it, because if I think about it, then I'll feel it and my fight or flight will kick in and I'll have to do something about it. I'll go into fight, or I'll go into flight, or I'll go into freeze, or I'll go into fawning. I'm going to do something to try and protect my well-being. But here's the problem with that. Our brain, in its sweet effort to protect us, is anticipating future pain that may or may not even exist. It may or may not be true. It may or may not really be happening. It's not that it couldn't happen, which is how your brain is so convincing. It's like, well, if you step out of the cave, a lion could eat you, or you could get chased by a cheetah, or a mountain lion, or a big yak could come and attack, right? Like, our brain is wired for survival, protection. It wants to keep you safe, comfortable, happy, seek pleasure, avoid pain, make things as easy as possible. And in the quest for that, if you're not safe, if it can anticipate danger in advance to protect you, then you get to stay alive, right? And as we've evolved as humans, and we're no longer living in caves and no longer hunting for our food and no longer out on the prairies or, in the mountains and having to protect our physical life from every little thing, our brain goes into protecting us mentally and protecting us emotionally. So it's anticipating mental strain, mental fatigue, mental pain. It's anticipating emotional pain, because a lot of the work we do as school leaders, it's not always physical. Yes, you are very physical. You're walking around, you're moving, you're, probably always tidying up, cleaning boxes, moving all the things, but it's not a physically laborious, intensive job, if I'm even saying that right. But it's not intensely laborious on our bodies. Where it feels hard, and I'm not saying it's not, because I've been there, it's emotionally hard. It's mentally challenging. It stretches our very capacity to keep it together mentally and emotionally and psychologically every single day. It stretches our capacity to feel without giving up, to problem solve without throwing our hands up in the air, to come back day after day with the capacity to hold space for our emotions and other people's emotions so that we can lead them, we can model for them, we can inspire them, we can empower them. This job's not easy. It's mentally challenging, it's emotionally challenging, it's psychologically challenging. It's testing your capacity every day, and it's expanding you every day. And the Sunday Scaries are simply a way of saying, oh gosh, am I ready for this expansion? Am I ready for this test? Am I ready to be conditioned again? Go back to the mental and emotional gym and mental and emotional boot camp of being a school leader. And that's where doubt sets in. That's where identity work comes into play. So one of the things we talk about in EPC is our self-concept of who we believe we are as a school leader, what we think we're capable of, what we think about our skill set and our experience and our toolboxes, the resources we have available to us, how we perceive ourselves, interacting with others. That's our identity. And that work is coming up in the world of the Empowered Principal again this year. I've created a program around identity. I'll be offering that coming up. But if you're a member of EPC, you get access to all of it. But identity work is the work where you expand your relationship with yourself as a school leader so that you really do believe that you can handle whatever comes your way. And so the Sunday Scaries turn into Sunday Certainties. This is what I'm certain about. This is what I can handle. This is what I'll do. I want you to think about your brain is trying to protect you and it's spinning out. It doesn't want you to be in any harm. And it keeps your fears on the front burner right in front of you so that you can be prepared. It's like if I keep reminding her or him or they that they are in potential danger, then they're going to do something about it to keep themselves safe. But the problem with this, as I mentioned, is that it's not necessarily going to even be a problem. So what happens is you end up spending Sunday suffering in anticipation of something that may or may not even happen. You spend energy, attention, time, focus, minutes, hours of your life thinking about work on the weekend, particularly the closer it gets, the more we think about it. But think about how many minutes, how much time you actually spend on Sunday, or any day for that matter, just passively thinking about work. The Sunday Scaries are simply about thinking about work. It's not about working. It's not about doing the work. It's about passively thinking about it. Anticipation of work, anticipation of conversations, anticipation of tasks and projects and things you need to do. Anticipation of conversations. It's not actual work. It's not planning for the work or preparing yourself for the work. It's not problem solving the work. It's not doing the work. It's just thinking about it. You're thinking about what could happen, what should happen, what might not happen, what could go wrong. You're thinking about other people, their thoughts, their emotional reactions, their words, their behaviors, wondering how to fix it or change it or make it better or to influence people to change and be different than they currently are. But I want you to invite yourself to let go of those Sunday Scaries because they are literally robbing you from minutes and hours and days of your life. They are unproductive minutes that don't result in a plan or the completion of a project or a task. They're not productive in any way. They're not creating memories. They're taking away from memory creation. They're taking away from the experience of a beautiful Sunday. Think about how you could be spending your Sundays, what you could be thinking about, how you could be spending your time, the memories and the experiences you could be creating. I want you to take a look at your past Sundays. So if you have chronic Sunday Scaries, every Sunday, whether it's the morning, the midday, or the evening, where you start to anticipate and think about and worry a little bit about, you're trying to be present with your family, your friends, and your kids, but in the back of your mind, the to-do list is churning up, the worry about how you're going to handle something or the meetings or how you're going to get this done, or there's too much to do and you got a deadline and oh my gosh, oh my goodness, oh my gosh. Take a look at the past Sundays, like the Sundays before the break or the Sundays right after the break. And I want you to notice if the time you spent worrying on Sunday positively impacted your ability to do your job and lead your staff Monday through Friday. Was the worry, the anticipation of pain, the Sunday Scaries, did it set you up for success Monday through Friday? Or did spending a half a day worrying and feeling gloomy and feeling down and a little resistant and a little angst about going to work on Monday, did it make Monday better for you? Because if it does, if it kicks you into gear and you get some things done, okay. If it actually made Monday better, that's one thing. But if it robbed you from your Sunday and it didn't make Monday any better, it's serving no useful purpose. For most people, the Sunday Scaries are just denying you enjoyment and pleasure and leisure and the satisfaction of the presence of your Sunday morning and your Sunday afternoon and your Sunday evening. Breaking down the Sunday Scaries is really just looking at what are you thinking about? How are you feeling? Why are you feeling this way? Is there something that can be done or that needs to be done? Because sometimes the Sunday Scaries are like, uh-oh, we blew this off and it's due on Monday. Okay, well, since we didn't do it last week, we have to do it today. So I'm going to take an hour and I'm going to knock this out so that I can go back to enjoying my Sunday. And then you feel good. But other times it's this kind of blanket anxiety or blanket worry or this blanket anticipation that isn't specific. And the solution to the Sunday Scaries is in the specifics. What specifically are you thinking about? What specifically are you worrying about? Is there something specific that can be done right now? If so, do it. If not, remind yourself, I'm capable of handling whatever comes my way. I have shown up for the other past Mondays and I've survived. This fear and this worry and this doubt, it's simply trying to protect me. But here's what else is true. What I'm looking forward to, what I'm anticipating as a pleasurable experience, who I'm looking forward to connecting with, what I'm looking forward to accomplishing this week, how I'm going to feel by the end of the week when I get these things done, how I want to feel going into Monday, who I want to be this Monday. There's so much opportunity to look at what could be and what working and possibility and expanding your potential as a leader versus spinning out and stagnating on what isn't working and what didn't get done. And you're not going to have enough time or you're not going to have enough mental capacity or you're emotionally spent and these people are driving me crazy and I don't really enjoy my job. There's nothing. It goes into all or nothing thinking. There's just nothing I really like. And you can stew in the scary Sundays if it serves you, but I haven't met a person that it's actually served. It can pop up and you can handle it, or you can coach yourself through it and realize that the anticipation of a negative experience, it's kind of an illusion that your brain makes to keep you safe. But when you've got your own back and you have the confidence in your capabilities and you trust yourself that I will handle it however I need to handle it, and I'll know what to do in the moment. And if I don't, I'll seek out the support I need to handle it the best I can in the moment. You always make it through. Monday can be marvelous. Tuesday can be terrific. Wednesday can be wonderful. Thursday can be thriving. Friday can be fantastic. And Saturday and Sunday can be satisfying and full of certainty that you are one amazing empowered principal. Come on into EPC. We're waiting for you. There's spots available. We can't wait to meet you. We look forward to working with you in EPC, the Empowered Principal Collaborative. I've got some real powerhouse principals in there. Come join us. We love you guys so much. Take great care of yourselves. Don't let the Sunday Scaries get you. I'll talk to you guys next week. Take good care. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the Empowered Principal Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode and want to learn more, please visit angelakellycoaching.com, where you can sign up for weekly updates and learn more about the tools that will help you become an emotionally fit school leader.